Hi, today I wanted to talk about how to buy chicken in bulk and marinate and freeze it so that you have nice, juicy, flavorful chicken when you're ready to pull it out of the freezer and use it. I want to talk about it today because I went and picked up my Zycom Foods order. Zycom Foods is a company that offers chicken at $1.69 a pound that is delivered to an event location, and then you just drive up, they load it in your car, and you drive off. You've already paid for it through their website. One of the things that I love to do with chicken breast is to brine it. The reason why is because I often do different flavors, teriyaki or Italian or salsa or spicy, or I fry it, well, I bake it really, but I don't like to be limited when I pull it out of the freezer with that pre-marinated flavor. So by brining it, it seals in the juices, makes it nice and moist, but when I pull it out and defrost it, I can still add other flavors and they're not going to compete with the marinade. The first thing that I do when I'm getting ready to do a batch of brining is I take the bags. I really recommend using a national brand. I found at the dollar store or the store brands even, they will split at the seams when they freeze, because you're really going to be freezing a big bag of ice with chicken floating in it. And so the seams on the cheaper bags tend to split for me, so I just recommend getting the national brands. With coupons and sales, you can pick these up for really, really inexpensively. Another reason that I like to brine the chicken is that there's 5 people in my family, and most packages of chicken in the grocery store comes in packages of 3. So I'm either stuck with only having 3 chicken breasts or 6 chicken breasts, and we only need 5. So by packaging them myself, I save all that extra work of having that 1 extra chicken breast or not having enough. So I really like to brine the chicken. The first thing that you'll need is some salt, and I picked this up free after coupons and Saving Star and You Promise coupons a while ago, and some sugar, and I've already just poured some in a bowl. I'm not a big measurer, but I know some people like to have measurements. The brine solution that I use, which is the recipe that I Googled and found online, and it's worked out really, really good for me. It called for 1 gallon of water for every ½ cup salt and ½ cup sugar. And I kind of just wing it when I'm throwing in the bag. I've been doing this for a while. I kind of know when there's enough shakes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the chicken out of the bag. The Zycom chicken comes in a really big plastic box that's filled with a little plastic liner. And the chicken breasts are just in different bags inside there. Most of them are cut really nicely, but they're butterflies, so there's 2 chicken breasts that are attached to each other. Because I only want 5 chicken breasts in each bag, I'm going to cut one of those butterflies in half. And you can see they're really nice and big and meaty. And I'm just going to throw 5 chicken breasts in each bag. So that's 3. 4 or 5. The next thing I'm going to do is I shake some salt in. Like I said, you can go online and find recipes for brining. Some of them call for other additions other than salt and sugar, but that's all I use. And I'm just going to throw the salt and sugar in there. And then you're going to fill the bag up with water. You're not going to fill it all the way. You're just going to fill enough to cover the chicken. I don't use cold water because that's not going to let the salt and the sugar dissolve as fast. But you don't want to use hot water because then you're going to start to cook the chicken. So after you have the water in there, press out all the air and make sure that it's pretty air. One of the reasons why is that you don't want air pockets in the bag. That just takes up more room in the freezer, and we're all about utilizing our space. And the second reason is that it will allow the chicken to touch air and get freezer burn. So once you've done all that, then you have a nice bag of brined chicken breast, and I lay it flat in a cookie sheet. And then when I have them all done, I'm going to take them to the deep freezer on the cookie sheet and freeze them flat. Once they're completely frozen, I'll have big bags that are decently flat of ice with chicken in them. And then I'm going to take that and stack them up in the freezer standing up. I'm going to put the oldest ones to the front and the newest ones to the back, so that I take the oldest ones out first and use them up. Another thing that I like to do with the chicken breast, because we do a lot of grilling, is to marinate them with Italian dressing. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do Italian pieces. I'm going to do 5 chicken breasts. So again, I'm writing that on the label so that I know what it is. Because when you go to pull it out, you do a lot of freezing, you'll know that it's indistinguishable. You can't tell what's in the bag a lot of times. So labeling it, especially with the date, is really important. The only bad thing about this process is you can't be squeamish. You're going to be touching raw chicken that's going to be floating in chicken juices, and it looks pretty bad. But for me, the money savings and the fact that I'm going to get this chicken marinated the way that I want it to be, and the quantity per package that's perfect for my family, is so worth getting my hands a little sloppy. So again, I'm going to throw 5 chicken breasts in the package. And then I'm just going to throw some Italian dressing on it. This Italian dressing, I'm actually using Italian with red pepper, so it'll give it a nice little bit of flavor. You don't have to use the whole bottle. It just happens that this is my last bag of chicken, and we don't use Italian dressing on anything but freezing chicken, and this is the last chicken I'm going to freeze for a while, so I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm going to go ahead and pour it all in there, and this will be really, really marinated chicken. And the same as with the brine solution, kind of just push out all the excess air. Be careful not to spray it on yourself. And mix it around so every chicken breast is evenly coated. And again, I'm going to lay it flat on a cookie sheet in the deep freezer until it's frozen like this. And then when it is, I'll have a nice block of chicken that will stand up like this. So let me clean up this mess, and I'll come back and show you what it all came out of the Zycon Foods. Okay, I'm back. It took me about 30 minutes, but I got all the chicken marinated, bagged, brined, ready to go. I ended up with 7 packages of chicken with 5 individual chicken breasts. But to be completely honest, I should probably say there's more like 7 or 8 chicken breasts in each bag. These chicken breasts were enormous. I doubt that my children could eat just one. It's probably going to take 2 of my kids to eat one of these chicken breasts. They're just so big. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this down. I couldn't use the cookie sheet I had planned on to carry the chicken downstairs to the deep freezer simply because these bags are so big and the chicken was so plentiful. I had to use the lid that the box came in. And actually it's going to work out great because it's got a nice little lip on it. So I'm going to take this down to the deep freezer and just lay it just as you see it here and let it completely freeze. So in about 24 to 48 hours, I'll go back down there and I'll take the chicken out and I'll remove the box and I'll lay the chicken standing up so that the chicken that went in first comes out first and the chicken that went in last comes out last. So these are going to be behind some other chicken breasts that I bought. But in fact, I think I'm going to keep one bag out for dinner tonight, just to taste and see what happens. So I'm really excited. I hope that this maybe helped you figure out ways that you can buy in bulk. Of course, you might not need this much chicken, so find someone that could share with you. One of my sisters wants a little bit of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to share with her though or not. So happy savings, and look for really good deals. And I'm really excited for the next time Zycon Food comes around. Apparently they're going to be offering beef and bacon as well.